Doing maintenance on a vehicle isn't only about changing the oil, the brakes, the spark plugs, and things of that nature, water pump, and so on. It's also about washing your car. And it's also very important washing your car where you live. If you live in a high humidity environment, you live on the East Coast and it snows a lot, and the city, state, county likes to salt the roads, it is of paramount importance that besides doing the oil change for maintenance, you also wash your car, not only to put a protective shell on it, but to also remove all the salt that it's on the undercarriage, on the undercarriage of the car and then on the body of the car to mitigate and to minimize the possibility of corrosion buildup, or rust as we call it in the automotive world, and do the best you can to extend the life of the car. So I'm going to get into that. We're going to talk about washing the car, what to use for it, and how to mitigate corrosion issues, and what you can also do to protect your car. So let's get into that. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and what I could recommend you do. So you may ask yourself, when should I wash the car? Well, it all depends if you ask me. For example, if you live in it's not so much the state, but it's also the environment. If it snowed a lot over the winter, you're going to want to wash your car, at least just to rinse it with fresh water as soon as after a snowstorm. As long as the snow is melted off the roads and the weather kind of looks like this, rinse your car. Rinse your car. And I'm going to show you under the wheel wells, front and back, under the undercarriage. Just rinse it with water. Rinse the body with fresh water to eliminate salt that oftentimes the states, counties, cities use to keep the roads drivable. But the problem with that is the salt makes for a corrosive environment. So what I'm going to do is for the first things first, we're just going to wash the car. First, I'm going to rinse it with water, as I already talked to you about. And then I'm going to use, this is not it's like any other car washing soap. I was told my wife I was going to use a dishwashing soap, but she said, no, dishwashing soap is for dish and it removes grease. So I ended up just buying a car washing soap. I ended up going with McGuire. It's like any other product. I'm not sponsoring the product. I'm just telling you, this is what I ended up going for. And then we are going to use a sponge to wash the first, rinse it obviously, then wash it, and then we're going to put a coat of wax. Obviously, if you washed your car for your dad, for yourself, for grandpa, you start with the top first, right? Top, let all the gravity do the work. You do the front, then you do the back, and then you do the sides. You rinse everything, you do the wheels, and so on and so forth. So let me show you how I'm going to do this, and then we're going to show you what the end result looks like in every step of the way. Because not only am I going to wash the car today, I'm also going to clean the windows. I'm going to put a coat of a water repellent product. We're going to talk about when that time comes. And after washing, we're going to do the windows with Windex, and then we're going to put a coat of a seal on it. In this case, it's going to be a wax, and so on and so forth. So let's get into that. Let me show you. As I have said, the first thing I'm going to do is actually going to rinse it, give it a good rinse, and wash off all that salt and dirt that has accumulated, like in the wheel wells, all the critical areas where corrosion could possibly build up. Take your time. Just do a good job. Now, there are some car washes that they're touchless car washes, and what it allows you to do is drive the car through. And oftentimes, these touchless car washes gives you the option to do a undercarriage rinse. Do that. Do the undercarriage rinse, because that will mitigate the possibility of corrosion and rust in the long run. So do that. It's good for your car. That's what maintenance is. Taking care of your car, not only mechanically, but also the body. Washing a car isn't only about making a car look good. It's also about making a car last. That's what this is all about. Making it look good, make the paint last a long time, and it also gives you an opportunity to take a look at your car, see if you notice any dents that needs to be addressed, and any parts that are broken, any leaks that you may see. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. This is washing a car. Like I said, it's not only about making the car look good, It's also good maintenance practice. Now that we've rinsed the car, we're gonna put some soap. I filled half the bucket with water. A little bit of soap. How much soap? I don't know. Have fun with it. That should be enough. It looks like that's some thick ass. That's some really thick soap. That's about all I'm gonna put. I'm gonna top it off with water, and then we're gonna get rolling with the soap job. Now it's time to wash the car. Like I said, you start with the top first. And let the gravity do the work. Usually I do the roof first. Maybe you should put a little bit more soap. Do the roof first, the hood, the trunk. There we go. Windshield, hood, trunk. Then we rinse that and we move on to the sides of the car. Be methodical, be thorough, try not to miss any spots. Now that we got the top soaked, we could rinse the top. And let the gravity wash down all the soap and all the grime and all the dirt and all the salt. And after you do the top, you can move on to the front and then the back. The front is the headlights and down. That's what we're doing. The bumper area, that's what the front consists of. You know, be pretty, again, thorough, methodical. It's only gonna look as good as you want it to look. If you're gonna be half-assed, then the job is gonna look half-assed. If you want it to look good, no, it's gonna look good when you're done. Also, I'm gonna talk to you guys about a trick. If this lens right here are plastic, I'm gonna show you how to make it so that they're clear again if they've turned kind of yellow on you. This is a trick a coworker of mine showed me, and somebody has showed him, so I'm gonna pass it on to you. So this way you can actually turn the lights on and you can see again. And just like we did the front, we can now do the back. You know, the bumper area and the rear lights and the license plate, the trunk area. That's a good exercise too. Obviously, you know, it's a nice day out today, so this is the time for me to do it. Now, can you bring it to a car wash and have somebody else do it? Absolutely. But you know, nobody's gonna wash your car unless you're willing to pay really good money and care of it. If unlike like you would be doing it yourself. So you know, it all depends on how much you care about your stuff and how much you're willing to pay. Because there's people out there that will do a really good job. Again, the kind of quality job you get is directly proportional to how much you want to pay. If you're making a lot of money, then have somebody else do it. But you know, if you're living on a budget, then wash your own car, and I can assure you, you're gonna do a really good job. It's gonna look a lot better than any car wash would do. Again though, if it's snowing a lot, just get it at least rinsed. If you gotta get a hose yourself, get it at least rinsed. So you wash off all that salt. Because that's your enemy right there, the salt. That's what's gonna corrode your car and shorten the life of your paint job, the underbody, and all the metal components. While you're at it, say hi to your neighbors. Now that we've done the top, front and back, we can do the sides. Again, rinse it up nice first. Be methodical. You know, when time comes to, you know, top to bottom usually works best. That's what I usually do. All right, we got it nice and rinsed. Now we can soap it up. You do the fender first, right? Then you move on to the side. Whew. Do the window. We have a mirror. See how I'm washing and I'm moving downwards. I try to cover every spot. Don't forget your undercarriage here. Inside the door handle. There you go, see? That went fast. We're already at the rear of the car. Well, it sure is a nice day out today. For still being winter. It's got to be 60 degrees out. Usually the kind of washing that I'm showing you right now for maintenance, not for aesthetics or removing dirt and dust, I like to do about twice a year. Early springs and early fall. This is when I thoroughly wash it, put a coat of wax on it, and it puts a protective layer, protective coating on a car to repel any dirt, dust, salt. Now, you're always going to get those snowstorms later in the season, early in the spring. I mean, you're going to have that coat of wax on it. So what you want to do is just rinse it. Rinse it with water, and that should really help with the salt and mitigating corrosion. All right, what we did on the left, now we're going to do on the right. The last thing I like to do is the wheels. I'll leave them for last, and I use a hard bristle brush such as this one, and just, you know, clean it. Hard bristle brush because the brake dust, it's rather aggressive. All right, and after you brush down after you brush it down, again, you just rinse it. After the car's been washed and rinsed, it looks a lot better already. Look at that. I am gonna dry it with this product right here. It's called it's an absorber. It's kind of like a shimmy or some kind of cloth that removes the water and the watermarks from the body. And again, just like you washed it, that's how you dry it, top to bottom, front to back, left to right. And then we'll move on to the glass. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. You just pass this on like you know, just pass it on. And you dry the car with it. This thing does a really good job. Make sure it doesn't hit the ground. But it removes the watermarks. It does really well. I don't know what it is. It looks like it reminds me of a suede, like a suede cloth, but it's not suede per se. But it's really good. It's really good for drying the car. It removes the watermarks and so on and so forth. So once you get all the watermarks done, well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do next. So let me go ahead and get all this off the car and dry it nice and get it ready for the next phase of this maintenance car wash. Well, look at that. It looks a whole lot better already. Never mind the paint job. It is an old car, but I mean, this car has 250,000 miles for 2007, but it's well maintained. Let me tell you, this thing runs like a champ. So now that we washed the car, the next thing we're gonna do, let me show you. Bug spray. I know, bug spray. An old timer showed me this trick, and I'm gonna show you what that's all about next. So this old timer showed me this. I don't know what's in this bug spray. I don't know. I don't want to know. But I will say this. This car is a 2007, and these are the original headlight lamps. Something about this bug spray has an oil in it or something. I don't know what it is. But it does a really good job at clearing the lens. You just let it sit on it for a little while. So if you have a yellowish or faded lens, put some bug spray on it. Just let it wait a little bit. Like so, maybe in the meantime, what you can do is spray the other side. All right. I don't know what it is about this stuff. I don't put this stuff on my body because this, I mean, if it's clearing lenses on a car, God knows what it does to your skin. So once you get it on, just wipe it off. Look at that. Golly. Oh, man. Don't worry about the spray going on the body, because the next thing we're going to do eventually is do a wax job on it, so I'm not too concerned with it. But look at that. Look how clean this lens looks already. Now, I don't know if it makes any difference what's inside of these bug sprays from brand to brand. All I know is that it does a really good job at repolishing your headlight lenses, the plastics, to make it look clean enough so that the headlights, high beams, low beams, illuminates enough rather than hindering the illumination as you drive nighttime. Look at this. Don't they look good for 2007 original plastics? Obviously, I'm going to put a coat of wax on it afterwards. I'm going to rinse it with the Windex. Put a coat of wax on it. And we are good to go. So yeah, I wanted to share with you this trick. Look at that. How good do they look, huh? They look good, huh? All right, next. If at all possible, move the car in the shade. I happen to have a garage. If you have some kind of pour or something under a tree, get the car in the shade, because the next stage is windows and wax. Also, the bug trick that I just showed you, don't forget to do the fog lights as well. So now, a little Windex. We're going to do the windows all the way around. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. Now, don't worry about getting Windex on the paint of the car, because the wax will take care of that next. All right, all the windows are done. I gotta tell you, it came out really good. I also wiped the wiper blades with a towel to remove that black grime. And you may say, but why did you do the windows if you washed the car really good? Well, honestly, it all depends on where you live and what kind of water you have. For example, if you have a hard water where you live, chances are it's going to leave watermarks. Windex will actually remove that. So I got to tell you, the windows came out really good. The next thing we're going to do before we apply a coat of wax on it, we are going to do a water repellent treatment by Rain-X. No, I'm not advertising for them. It's just something that the wife likes me to do on the car. So this way she has a better visibility. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to spray this product on a microfiber towel. I'm going to wipe it on until it has like this hazy film on it. Probably going to do a couple of coats. Then once it's dried on it, I am going to use a different microfiber towel, a dry one, and just wipe it all off. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to spray some on a towel like so. Oof, this stuff smells. And I'm just gonna wipe it on like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a coat on it. I'm trying to be thorough, you know. Okay, I'm gonna put some more. And do the other side. And all it's really doing is putting this film on it. It works really good, I gotta tell you. I tried it before. I'm pretty impressed with this technology. It's a water repelling properties. The only thing I don't like about Rain-X, it's their windshield washer fluid, especially on the Mercedes, because Rain-X, being that it's a highly demineralized and a highly deionized product, it makes it so that even though the tank is full, you still get a false master caution light telling you that you have no windshield washer fluid. And you might think it's the switch. It's actually the windshield washer fluid. And all you really have to do to mitigate that is just put a little bit of salt. Add a little bit of salt in your windshield washer fluid, and it fixes that issue. Okay. We're almost, I'm pretty happy with it. Did a couple of coats on it. Just gonna let it sit for a little while. And then just wipe the glass with a microfiber towel clean of a Rain-X product. That's it. Just gonna wait a second. There it is. And then just wipe it off. Now make sure that your nozzle, you put it to the off position. All right, just gonna wait a minute. And I'm gonna wipe it down with another microfiber towel. You grab now the other microfiber towel that has no Rain-X on it. It's dry. And you just start wiping the windshield down until it's kind of polished again. Now, mind you, be sure that this treatment you're doing on the windshield for water repellents, you do it at above 40 Fahrenheit. Don't do it under cold weather condition. Why? I don't know. I'm just telling you what the instructions say for the Rain-X water repellent treatment. Don't do it under cold weather condition, but rather do it at least at the 40 Fahrenheit, and if possible, do it in the shade. Don't do it in the sun, because stuff tends to evaporate rather quickly. All right, now mind you guys, don't mind the paint job. It's an old paint job, and I do plan on repainting this car, because I gotta tell you, this particular platform, Toyota Solara with the 3MZFE engine, this car, I gotta tell you, it's bulletproof. It's a good car, solid car, rides good. Did a lot of work on it. You can see the rest of the videos about it, so that you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the paint is not the best, but I do my best to take care of it and prolong its life. So now we're gonna do last of the items here. Whoops, I'm gonna do a wax job on it. The product I'm gonna use is turtle wax is what I use. Why turtle wax? I don't know. I've been using it since I was a little kid, when I used to wash and wax my uncle and my cousin's cars back in New Jersey. And I don't know, just something I'm used to using. I guess it's an old habit to die hard. So you don't have to get all crazy. You just have to put a light coat on it and just let it sit for a half hour, an hour, and then just wipe it off with a rag, not a rag, but even a towel that you don't use anymore, and just remove all the wax. You don't have to get all the way to the edge or where the rubber seals are. You just stick to the, stick on the paint and maybe come this far with the application of it. I'll show you. I'm going to put a coat all over the car, then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and how far you should go with the application of the wax. Let me show you. I'm going to start putting it on, and the next time you see this video, it's going to be with the car full of wax. Hi, my friend. The wax is on the car. As you can see, I just moved it back in the garage, but I'm also learning that it's best you don't wax your car if your clear coat is essentially gone and the paint is starting to be looking porous, because I put this coat of wax on it. And I got a feeling I'm gonna have a hard time taking this wax off. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna wash this other car in the meantime, but I'm not gonna wax this one today. And we'll see what happens when the time comes to remove the wax off of this car. Well, this is it. This is the final product. Although I did wax this car, waxing this car was not a good idea. Let me show you. You see? You see this right here? This is because the clear coat on this car is shot. It's no longer good. This car needs a paint job. So learn from my mistake. Let this be a lesson to you and learn from my mistakes. If your car, the paint job, the clear coat is no longer good, do not wax your car, because otherwise your paint job is going to look like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this car to the high pressure wash, where you could wash your car by yourself. I'm going to see if a high pressure warm water will take this mess off of here. This is not coming off, and it's only on the top. This is where the sun beat on this car, and it just ruined the paint job. Whoever had this car before us, unfortunately, did not take care of it, and this is the result of it. So see, on the side, it looks fine. On the side, it came out good. That's because the clear coat is not affected. See, in the back as well. But boy, I'll tell you, look at this. But see, it's fine. The sides look fine. It's the top where the paint is no longer good. So yeah, learn from my mistake. So let's go take it to a car wash, the high pressure wash, see if we can make this look a little better. Okay, this is the kind of car wash I'm talking about, where you come and wash the car by yourself. It comes with pressure hoses, pressure lines. We're gonna go ahead and try to give it a good shot at this upper part of the car, because that's the only part that really where the paint is so bad, and see if we can make it look a little better. And that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and do this. Let's take a look at it once we're done. Okay, so the good news is the pressure washer does remove, golly, this paint job is much needed on this car. Anyway, the pressure washer does remove the blotchiness of the wax. If you don't have a clear coat protection on a car, it does remove it, so long as you don't wait too long for it. Now, I didn't do the best of job because I wanted to make sure that it worked. And besides, this is a workhorse car. It's not a show car. I did remove it on the roof though. I'm super happy about that. The paint job is back to what it was. Again, the car does need a paint job, so I can't complain about that. But otherwise, the car is clean. I'm very happy with it. I'm sure the wife will be happy with it as well. I think it came out pretty good. So, key takeaways from this whole washing of the car thing. Wash your car with fresh water, or use a decent soap to mitigate the possibility of corrosion, of rust on a car, especially if you live in states where high humidity and it snows and the state, county, city puts salt on the ground. As soon as you have a chance, wash the car with fresh water, even if you just have to rinse it. If it's gonna be a busy snow season, just wash the car with fresh water. If you have a hard water where you live, use Windex. It takes the streaks away from the windows. Bug spray does a really good job on plastic lens, as you can see, to make sure that once they start becoming yellowish, or they don't become yellowish, so they stay good enough for good illumination while driving. Water repellent is so that during heavy rain conditions, you have good repellent. I mean, the rain gets removed from the windshield. You can actually see when you're driving. And if your paint job looks like this, where the clear coat no longer looks like this, but rather it looks like this, don't wax your car, because the paint will absorb the wax, and it's not going to be easy to remove the wax. The good news, if you ended up making a mistake, like I did, learn from my mistake, and high pressure washer will remove the wax. Just don't wait too long for them. And that is it, my friend. That's all I have for you. Hopefully this video is of help to you. Share with your friends, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you at the next one.